this. Okay. Okay, so we said that the shibhu jumla is made up of harf jar and ismu majroor. So you have a preposition and a noun. And what happens to this noun is that the noun must definitely end in kasra. So when you have something like min al madrasati, it should end with kasra. If you say ila rajuli, ila al ustadhi, it should definitely end in kasra. I would mention the term for nouns ending in kasra like that. The complex terminology is, we say the noun is in the genitive case. Genitive case, G-E-N-E-T-I-V-E. Inshallah, I'll give you a file on that, inshallah. So when we say a noun is in a genitive case, that is the noun is what? Majroor. The noun is taking kasra. So whenever a noun is preceded by a harf jar, the noun becomes majroor. So we call it ismu majroor. It ends with kasra. Now the likeness of it is what we are seeing with fil bayti. So we have the original of the word. Whenever a word stands alone, it originally takes dhamma, as we can see here. So we say al-baytu, then fil bayti. So when the preposition which is fi comes, we have al-bayti, fil bayti. And then also al-maktabu, and then we have al-maktabi. Al-maktab, of course, is table or office, but here it means table. So when we say maktab, in office or table or desk. And again, the words for table are, we have a number of words for table, inshallah. Let's see them. We have ta'wila, tawilatun is for table. And then we have ma'ida, but ma'ida is basically a table that is served, that is filled with food. That is what we call ma'ida. And then we have our word here, maktab. So we have tawila, maktab, and then we have ma'ida, which is and now I'm off one. I had a breakage in network here. Okay, I had some breakage in network here, so inshallah, let's continue. Where is the book? Okay, so as we were saying, we have the preposition that now ends in kasra, as we can see, fil bayti, al maktabi, on the table, al masjidu, then we have fil masjidi, as-sariru, the bed, ala sariri, then we have it taken kasra. So whenever there is a preposition, the noun should end in the genitive case, which is the majroor. The noun should become majroor. Okay. And then in the B, so the A, he just brought the prepositions alone. Okay, as we did in the lesson 2 file, it is just the prepositions. We learn about sentences that do not make meaning, that do not give complete meaning, and we realize that prepositional phrase, shibhu jumla, does not give a complete meaning. So al-maktabi fil bayti, they are all shibhu jumla, and they don't give a complete meaning. So we come here, we are coming to put the shibhu jumla in a sentence. We are coming to make it complete. Okay, so he says, Aina Muhammadun. Aina Muhammadun, where is Muhammad? And then the answer, he says, Huwa, he, fil ghurfati, is in the room. Huwa fil ghurfati. And then he says, Wa aina Yasir, and where is Yasir? هو في الحمام. He is in the bath. He's in the bathroom. وأين آمنة? Where is Amina? هي في المطبخ. She is in the kitchen. Now the word matbah, the word matbah comes from tabaha, to cook. So as I said before, we create the words from their radicals, the root. So the root is tabaha, to cook. And then we say matbah, the place where cooking is done. Just like sajada, to do sujud. Then we say masjid, a place where sujud is done. Okay. And then we have Aina al-Kitabu. Aina al-Kitabu, it says Huwa ala al-Maktabi, is on the table. Wa aina as-sa'atu, come back to this word. Wa aina as-sa'atu, here ala as-sariri. Okay, so they give a picture of the matbah, the kitchen. As-sa'a, the word as-sa'a goes for time. Yani general time. If I ask you, kam as-sa'a, I'm asking you what says the time. Kam as-sa'a, what says the time? Now, the watch on our hands, we put on our wrists, is also called as-sa'a. The clock, the wall clock, is also called as-sa'a. As-sa'a is also the meaning for, it's also the word for hour, H-O-U-R. If we say 1 hour, 2 hours, as-sa'a, that is what we use. It's also the word for hour. And then also as-sa'a can mean at the moment. If I say, limadha ji'tani as-sa'a, like this night, like this, I'm there having my own time, then you just get a guest, unexpected. You ask the guest, limadha ji'tani as-sa'a, why did you come to me at this moment? Yani, we can use the word as-sa'a also to mean moment. Okay, so those are the meanings for as-sa'a. And then inshallah, we will come to learn how to mention time also, very necessary. Okay, so that is that for, you have huwa fil ghurfati, and the word al-ghurfa. Okay, I like that whatever I know about a word, I say it. So inshallah, when I say it and it's new to you, you save it. The word al-ghurfa is originally given to a scoop of hand. Yani, I don't know if I allow my video, you could see me. Let me see. It wouldn't be clear, unfortunately. You see, when you put your two hands together to scoop water, that is what we call ghurfa. That scoop you make with your hand, your two palms. That is what we call ghurfa, or just a palm is called ghurfa. And so we say, أخذ غرفا من الماء. أخذ غرفا غين رافا. أخذ غرفا من الماء. Yani he has taken a scoop of water with his hand like that. He has taken a scoop of water. And we have in the Burda of Busayri where he says, كلهم من رسول الله ملتمس غرفا من البحر. غرفا من البحر. A scoop from the sea. أو رشفا من الدين. So gharf, the word ga ra fa, gain ra fa, was originally for a scoop of hand, the way you make your hand, and then it's extended to be used for room. We know the room is also have other names, which is al-hujra, al-hujra, al-hujratu, and then we also have al-ghurfa, and then we have al-hujratu. Okay, but the popular word is the al-ghurfa. That is what is popularly used. Okay. And then we come down. It says, Tamarin, right after this, it says, Ajib anil as'ilatil atiya. Ajib, respond. Ajib an, respond to. أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية. Respond to the following questions. It says أين الكتاب. As I've said, the assignments, they are for you to do on your own leisure. If you find it worthy of confirming your answers, inshallah, you don't hesitate of letting me see them if you do that. So أين الكتاب, we can easily give them any answer that we want. Please, you want to say an answer to this, but maybe a vocabulary in the answer you want to say is not coming. You could ask. So أين الكتاب, where is the book? You want to say the book is on the chair. Al-kitabu ala al-kursi. Or you say huwa ala al-kursi. Aina Muhammad, where is Muhammad? Huwa fil masjidi. Huwa fil masjidi. So you have questions like that. Aina sa'atu, where is the watch or where is the clock? You have Aina yasirun. So something like Aina sa'atu. Aina sa'atu, where is the clock? You might want to say it's on the wall. You might want to say it's on the wall, but maybe the word for the wall, W-A-L-L, you do not know it. Now, this is where, even if without my assistance, the dictionary I directed us to, and I'm hopeful that we all have downloaded the dictionary by now. I said the dictionary is Al-Ma'ani. So you could punch Al-Ma'ani as like this in your Play Store. Those using iPhone to have their own store, you go there and download it. It's either you search for that or you use the Arabic, Al-Ma'ani, and then you find Ma'ani, Arabic, English, then you download it. So you want to say, Aina Sa'at, you want to say it's on the wall, you don't know the wall, you punch the wall in the dictionary, and then you get the vocabulary for it. But the wall is Jodran. Jodran. That is the wall. Or Al-Jidar. Al-Jidar. I think it's mentioned in even Surah Al-Kahf. We could quickly find it. Al-Jidar. In the story of Sayyidina Khidr and Sayyidina Musa, there was a mention of Jidar there. That is Surah Al-Kahf, chapter number 18. Verse number 77, it says, فَانْطَلَقَ حَتَّى إِذَا أَتَيَا أَهْلَ قَرْيَةٍ اسْتَطَعْمَا أَهْلَهَا فَأَبَوْا أَنْ يُضَيِّفُوهُمَا فَوَجَدَا فِيهَا جِدَارًا يُرِيدُ أَنْ يَنْقَضَّ فَقَامَهُ. جِدَارًا, wall. So you say أَيْنَ السَّاعَةُ, you say here. السَّاعَةُ is feminine, so you can't say huwa. Here على الجدار. Here على الجدار. أين ياسر? So you go on like that, but you come here, you see Aminatu, the number 6 here. It says Aminatu fil ghurfa, and I've said that the Hamza used here is just like saying Hal Aminatu fil ghurfa. So the Hamza there is for istifham, questioning. Aminatu fil ghurfa, is Amina in the room? Say Naam here fil ghurfa. Naam here fil ghurfa. Or La, you say La laysat fi ghurfa. Laysat means she is not. If it's masculine, we say laysa. If it's feminine, we say laysat. So Aminatu fil ghurfa. Naam here fil ghurfa. Or La laysat fil ghurfa. Okay. Then it says Ayasirun fil matbah. Is Yasir in the kitchen? You could punch your answer there. Man fil ghurfati, who is in the room? Wa man fil hammami, and who is in the washroom? Madha ala al-maktabi, madha, what? Madha ala al-maktabi, what is on the table? Madha ala sariri, what is on the bed? Now, that assignment is that you could do it, and I advise that you do it, inshallah. If you want me to confirm, inshallah, I could look at it for you. Iqra waqtub ma'a dabti awakhir al-kalimat. Now, I'm sure you understand this kind of instruction. Read and write whilst vowelizing the endings of the words. اقرأ واكتب, read and write. مع ضبطي was vowelizing أواخر الكلمات, the endings of the words. So you look at al-madrasatu, then you see the preposition here, fi. So it will determine the vowel you give to the ending here. So al-madrasatu, then you say fil madrasati. Fil, the preposition is there, fil bayti. And then al-baytu, al-ghurfatu, al-hammamu, fil matbakhi. Fil matbakhi. Okay, so when you have a preposition, definitely the noun that comes after it should take kesra. You have anywhere you see a preposition, and when a preposition comes, whatever comes after it is a noun. That's one of the signs of knowing a noun. Knowing a noun, we looked at alif and lam before. When a word has alif and lam, it means it's a noun. When a word has taw marbuta, it means it's a noun. When a word has tanween, it means it's a noun. We looked at this three. Also, when a word is preceded by a preposition, it means the word is a noun. So whenever you see fi, ila, ala, min, what comes after it is a noun, and it should take kesra. Okay. It says, ikra waktub, read and write. At-talibu fil jami'ah. The student is in the university. Al-jami'ah. Now, I've said that among the names of the masjid, we have al-jami'. Al-jami'. Please, let's make sure not to mix them up. The university, sorry, coming. Okay, the university is al-jami'atu. Please look at the taw marbuta at the end of the university. Al-jami'atu. That is the university. So when you have it in a sentence like this, at-talibu fil jami'ati. That is how gradually you come to read without vowels at all. So normally people would ask, how are you able to read this without the vowels? You read it with knowing the grammar. Among the rulings of the grammar is that a word that comes after a preposition is a noun. And that word is supposed to become majroor. Yani it's supposed to be in the genitive case. It should take kesra. So when you are reading and you read, of course, the noun that begins a sentence should have dhamma, where we saw the nominal sentence. The noun that begins the nominal sentence should take dhamma. So you say at-talibu even without vowel. Then you come to read fi, and you see that what comes after it is a noun. And since there is a fi, the noun should end in kesra. So when you are reading and the grammar is active, you read without vowels. You don't need it. In the olden days of Arabic, when you write a letter to somebody and you vowelize it, it's an insult to the person's intelligence. So you do not vowelize it. If you vowelize it, you mean the person doesn't know Arabic. Okay, so we have at-talibu fil jami'ati, the university. The student is in the university. The masjid is called al-jami'. It ends on the ain. Al-jami'. So the practically, you see the University of Azhar in Cairo, Egypt, the university was started with a mosque. So then it is Jami'ul Azhar. Jami'ul Azhar, the Masjid of Azhar. When we say Jami'ul Azhar in Egypt, we are talking about the masjid where the lessons take place and all that. But when you hear Jami'atul Azhar, then they are talking about the University of Azhar. So you should be able to differentiate between Al-Jami', which is the masjid, Al-Jami'atu, which is the university. Okay. It says, Aina tajiru, where is the trader? Huwa fi dukkan, huwa fi dukkani. He is in the shop. Aina Zainabu, hiya fil ghurfati. Ar-rajulu fil masjidi. The man is in the mosque. Al-qalamu ala al-maktabi. Aina al-waraq. Where is the papers? Huwa ala al-maktab. It is on the table. Now, I don't know if you've noticed something alongside what I've seen. female names, feminine names, don't take tanween. I don't know if you've noticed it, but I have. Look at nouns like when we read Muhammad, you read it with Muhammadun. I think we saw a one with here is better. We see it clearly here. Look at here. Aina Muhammadun. Tanween. Aina Muhammadun. When you come here, Aina Yasirun. Tanween. But when we come to Amina, what do we see? One Dhamma. Aina Aminatu. Aina Aminatu. There is no Alif and Lam. It's not about Alif and Lam. Just because it's a feminine name. To confirm that, let's look at Zainab. You see the Zainab also, Aina Zainabu. So with the feminine names, you do not say Maryamun, Maryamu. You say Khadijatu, not Khadijatun. Say Aminatu, not Aminatun. Say Zainabu, not Zainabun. So the female names, we do not give them tanween. But the male names we do. Okay. You keep that. It's also a law from grammar that we've studied. Okay. Here, Fil Ghurfa, she's in the room. Okay. Now that is that with this part. We come here. It says, Aina al-Mudarris. Where is the teacher? Huwa fil fasli. He's in a class. Aina Yasirun. Huwa fil mirhad. The word is al-mirhad. Al-mirhad is toilet. Al-mirhad, toilet. These vocabularies like this that we get them fresh, we do well and save them. We give the vocabularies that are not in the book separately in a file. But the vocabularies and expressions that are here, we learn them here. So if you need to note them, you do well to note them. If it's in the note of your phone, the note of a book, I prefer the book. If you have a small notebook, we note them there. Al-mirhad is the toilet. So Aina Yasir, Yasir, huwa fil mirhad. He's in the toilet. Ash-shamsu wal-qamaru fi samai. The sun and the moon fi samai are in the skies. As-sama, they are up or they are in the skies. The word as-sama also has meanings. As-sama can come with the meaning of the sky. As-sama can come with the meaning of up, just up, up, up. So I say, huwa sama, he's up. Okay. Man fil fasl, who is in the class. Okay. Now the qaida I said, about the masculine nouns taking the tanween, and the female nouns not taking it, is just what they've mapped out for us here. So you see from Muhammad down, Muhammad and his colleagues, they are taking tanween. From Amina down to Ruqayya, they are not taking tanween. So you do well when you are reading, you don't give a feminine noun tanween. Okay. And then he says, اقرأ واكتب مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات. So you give them vowels. You give them ending vowels. These are for you to do. So Hamid is a male name. Zainab is a female name. Amina is a female name. Ammar is a female name. Ammar is a masculine name. Sa'id masculine. Fatimatu, Maryam, they are feminine. So you look at that to give which one deserves the tanween and which one does not deserve the tanween. I'm sure that will be easy to do, inshallah. Okay. Now we come to ba. Now this part, we start getting into the essay parts of the book. Al-ba, okay, around 8:30, we open up for questions, then we top up again. Al-baytu min al-bayti, the house, and then it says min al-bayti, from the house. Al-masjidu, the mosque, ila al-masjidi, to the mosque. And so this is a hiwar conversation. This is a conversation between Mudarris, the teacher, and Muhammad. Now, so al-mudarris says, min aina anta? Min aina anta? Where are you from? This question can be put as anta min ain. Anta min aina. Where are you from? But min aina anta sounds more beautiful. Where are you from? Ana min al-Yaban. That is how we say Japan. Ana min al-Yaban. In Arabic, it is al-Yaban. So I am from Japan. So you've been from Ghana. Ana min Ghana. Ana min Ghana. Ghana, we don't say al-Ghana. Ana min Ghana. Okay. Then he says, al-Mudarris says, wa min aina Ammarun? And where is Ammar from? Then Muhammad says, huwa min as-Sin. That is how we say China. As-Sin. So if something is Chinese or Chinese, we say Sini. So Yaban, you say Yabani. You add a yaide. Yabaniyu, a Japanese. Siniyun, a Chinese. Ghaniyun, a Ghanaian. That is how we go about the nationalities. Okay. Then he says, Al-Mudarris, wa min aina Hamidun? And where is Hamid from? Muhammad, huwa min al-Hind. That is how we say India. Hind. He is from India. Al-Mudarris, aina Abbasun? Where is Abbas? Here he is not asking min aina Abbas. He's not asking from where is Abbas. He's just asking where is Abbas. Aina Abbas? Where is Abbas? Muhammad says kharaja. Huwa kharaja. He's gone out. Kharaja bimana gone out. Al-Mudarris, aina dhahaba? Where did he go to? Aina dhahaba. Dhahaba ila al-mudiri. Now be noting the prepositions. The qawaid, they add up. You don't learn that preposition makes the noun after it kasra and you drop it. You build upon that. So whenever you are reading, preposition will be coming and you know how to treat the noun that falls after them. So you have ila, it says dhahaba ila al-mudiri. Even if the mudir is not vowelized, you know it should end in kasra. He's gone to the al-mudir can be manager. And actually, suppose the original meaning is manager. Management is called idara. Idaratun. When you're at a workplace, a workplace with Arabs, you hear this a lot. Idaratu, yani management. So he says, al-mudir is the one who does idara. Ay man yudirul umur. Man yudirul umur. The one who runs affairs, who controls affairs, who manages affairs, is called mudir. Okay. So mudir can be the manager. Mudir can also be the headmaster equally. Okay. Al-Mudarris, wa aina dhahaba? Wa aina dhahaba Aliyun? Where did Ali go to? وأين ذهب علي? Where did Ali go to? ذهب إلى المرحاض. The mirhad again. Now here you can see the mirhad. That is it, the toilet. He's going to the toilet, al-mirhad. It's one vocabulary you hardly see in everyday Arabic language. Now when you are speaking to somebody, instead of using do is a word you should know, but instead of using al-mirhad, just like in English, we hardly say toilet and stuff like that. We say washroom or something. So in Arabia, you mostly hear, oh, dakhala al-hammam. Ay dhahaba ila al-hammam. He's gone to the washroom, something like that, instead of mirhab. So it's one vocabulary that you hardly hear about. It's one vocabulary you hardly hear about, but that is the meaning. Okay. We come to Tamarin again. Min aina anta? You the one, you particularly, where are you from? Me being from Morocco, I will say ana min Maghrib. أنا من Maghreb. I am from Morocco. Maybe you are from China. أنا من Sin. You are from America. You can say أنا من أمريكا. Or أنا من الولايات المتحدة. I am from the United States. أنا من الولايات المتحدة. Hopefully you see that here. I'm from the United States. So where you want to be from, you mention it like that. You meet on campus, من أين أنت? من أين أنت? So the person tells you, أنا من Tamale. أنا من Kumasi. أنا من Accra. هكذا. Says, أنت من الفلبين. That is Philippines. Philippines. أنت من الفلبين. Are you from the Philippines? I don't know if it's Philippines or Philippines. Philippines, I think. Man min as-Sin. Man min as-Sin. Who is from China? So he's asking the class who is from China here. Min aina hamidun. So this requires answers. He says, Ajib anil as'ilatil atiyah. Respond to the following questions. So you consider yourself being in the class and you respond to Ustaz's questions, inshallah. Min aina hamidun. Where is Hamid from? Aina dhahaba Abbas. Where did Abbas go to? Adhahaba Aliyun. Adhahaba Aliyun ila al-mudir. Has Ali gone to the mudir, the manager, if you like, or the headmaster, if you like? Okay. General manager in Arabia, general manager, we say al-mudirul am. Al-mudirul am, general manager. Those who are in these workplaces with the Arabs, inshallah, you'll see them a lot. Even if you are not with the Arabs, you can have an Arab coming around to ask, Aina Mudir al-Am, where is the general manager? And maybe as a Muslim, you'll be brought out to come and answer. It has happened before. You being a Muslim around, your fellow friends, Christian friends would like to call you, your people are here. He said he's looking for somebody. We can't even hear what he's saying. So the man will repeat to you, seeing you in your hijab or seeing your jalbab, Abhath Uridu al-Mudir al-Am. I'm looking for the general manager. You should be able to know who he's looking for. Okay. Says, Ikra waktub ma'adabti awakhir al-kalimat. Read and write whilst vowelizing the endings of the words. So we wouldn't waste my time here. All the vocabularies are seen. Ikra waktub min aina Fatimatu. So look at it. I wouldn't say min aina Fatimatun. Never. Min aina Fatimatu. Okay. Here min al-Hind. She's from Hind. خرج المدرس من الفصل وذهب إلى المدير. The teacher خرج من, gone out of, the teacher went out of the class من الفصل وذهب إلى المدير, and went to the mudir. So the mudir here is the headmaster. As I said, the vocabulary depending on the context. Context, what we call siyak. We say siyaqul kalam. Please note it. Siyaqul kalam. Context of the speech. Siyaqu al-kalam. Context of the speech. So depending on the context, you know which meaning to give al-mudir. Just like, let me set this example for us. We have in Surah Al-Duha, والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى. Now look at the word ضال. The word ضالا, you can find the same word in Surah Fatiha. It comes with the plural. When you look at Surah Fatiha, you find غير المغضوب عليهم, not those who have earned Allah's anger. Wala dhalin, the plural of dhal, wala dhalin, nor those who are lost, who are misguided. So let's say we take the meaning of dhalin as it is in Fatiha, and then we want to apply it in Surah Al-Duha. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the Prophet, وَوَجَدَكَ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala found you, ضَالًا, fahada, he found you lost. Do you put this lost as the lost in Surah Fatiha, that we pray and we say, Ihdina Surat al-Mustaqim, guide us on the right path. Surat al-Ladhina an'amta alayhim, the path of those that you have guided. The path of those you've bestowed your mercy upon. Then we say, Ghayrul Maghdubi alayhim, not the path of those who have earned your anger. Wala dhalin, neither the path of those who are lost. And then in Surah Duha, we read what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the Prophet that وَوَجَدَكَ ضَالًّا فَهَدَى, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala found you lost and he guided you. We ask ourselves, when was the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam lost ever in his life? Is it the same lost as those misguided people in Surah Fatiha that I mentioned? You see, it's difficult to use the same meaning for dalan or dalun as it comes in Surah Fatiha and as it comes in Surah Duha. So you look at the siyak, who is being spoken to here? Who is being spoken to here? Because if you look at the Prophet's lifetime, since his childhood and his heart was cleaned, so of course, even at that time, a person is not given any sin. So if his heart got cleaned then, and he grew pure, so when in his life was he lost as those lost in Surah Fatiha and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided him? So you need to look at the meanings of dhalun, and then you look at which one best suits the situation. Now, to make it easier, even now, we don't have much time to dwell on this, but dhalun has meaning of a lonely tree or something like that, like a one tree standing in the desert, kind of lonely. Dhalun also goes to a person who is eagerly searching for something and not finding. You find somebody confused and so eager, looking for something, but they can't land it. You guide the person to that particular thing. And this is practically so because you realize the Prophet ﷺ, even before Wahy, was going to Gar Hira a lot, contemplating, knowing that there is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be worshipped and all that, but he didn't have any instructions. So he was there until Iqra came. So when you have a word, you have a lot of meanings to it. When you check the dictionary, it gives you a lot of meanings. The siyaqul kalam is what determines which meanings appropriately fits. That is the context determines. Okay. ذهب التاجر إلى الدكان. The trader has gone to the shop. Says خرج حامد من الغرفة وذهب إلى الحمام. Hamid left the room and went to the washroom. Al-Hammam. Okay. Says من خرج من الفصل. Who went out of the class? من خرج من الفصل. Who went out of the class? خرج الطالب من المدرسة. The student left the school وذهب إلى السوق, and he went to the market, السوق. That is market. And then the word for shopping comes from this same word, comes from the market word, shopping, or just going to the market to do buying, as women and ladies normally do. We call it at-tasawwuq, tasawwuq, shopping. So you just put a ta here, tasawwuq, shopping. So you can say adhabu ila suqi litasawwuq. I'm going to the shop, the market, to do some buyings. Adhabu ila suqi litasawwuq. Aw adhabu litasawwuq. I'm going for shopping. I'm going to do buying. Okay. Khadijatu min as-Sini. Khadija is from China. Wa Khalidun. Now you see how the qawaid helps us. I don't read Khadijatun, and then when I read min, I read as-Sini because of the min. So Khadijatun, I have a ruling that says the feminine noun, I shouldn't give it dhammatain. So I read it Khadijatu, then I say min as-Sini because of the harf jar. And so this sin is ismu majrur. And then when it gets to Khalid, I say wa Khalidun. I give it the tanween because it's a masculine name. Wa Khalidun min al-Yabani. And Khalid is from Japan. Okay. It says da, put, from the word wada'a, to put. You say wada'atu hatifi ala al-maktab. Wada'atu hatifi ala al-maktab. I placed my phone on the table. And also the phone, we have about, let me say 3 or 4 vocabularies for it. First, the hatif now currently is being used for landline, the ones in the offices and some homes, hatif. And then we have jawwalun. Jawwal is mobile. That one is the ones we have in our hands. And the word mobile itself is also used. Mobile is also used in Arabic. Okay, so the 3, jawal for mobile phone, and mobile also for it, hatif for landline. Okay. So it says da, put, fil faragi, put in the empty space, fima yali, in the following, harfa jarrin. You see the preposition of the name I mentioned, harfa jarrin, that is it there. So put a preposition, munasaban, appropriate preposition here. So you fill the spaces with appropriate prepositions. So you say al-kitabu, and then we have the book, al-maktab, table. So for me, I'll say al-kitabu al-maktabi. So they've even given the prepositions here. So you choose which ones best fit and you put it there. Please, if you have time to do the assignment in the course of the week, you can take a snap of it. You can, however, you can let it reach me, inshallah. I will look at it for you and mark it, correct what is supposed to be corrected, inshallah, before even we meet again. Okay, so we come to al-mufradat al-jadida, al-kalimat al-jadida, new words. And the new words, we've already seen all of them up there. Okay, and then they give us, it says fi, ala, min, ila. It says there are min huruf al-jarri. They are part of the prepositions. Min huruf al-jarri. They are of the prepositions. These 4 you are seeing up there are all prepositions. So when they come, the noun that comes after them should take kesra. Okay. I would like that from now, when you are reading the Quran, be casting your sight, your attention to this kind of kawaid. Anyone that beats what I said, the Quran can't ever be wrong in terms of grammar. And also we have people who, I don't know, some unripe scholars in quotes are available out there saying that the Quran has some grammar mistakes in some 2 places. A friend of mine said it to me, and I was very, very sad. He was like, there are some 2 places the Quran, there are some grammar mistakes in the Quran. It's a very unfortunate statement. When the laws are being picked from the Quran, how can the Quran err? That is the source of the laws. So when you are reading the Quran, be casting your sight to the prepositions, what is happening to the word after them. Be casting your eyes, the feminine nouns, the masculine nouns, how is the vowel going? You might meet something and it beats what I said. So you'd like to clarify. So you try to note those things. When you are reading the Quran now, you don't read it with the eye as you used to look before. Now you are reading it as an Arabic student. You need to cast your eye, give attention to petty information, petty details. Okay. We pause here before the ad-dars al-khamis, before the lesson 5. You pause a bit, inshallah. If there is any question as at this point, please do well and ask. Not just in the lesson, but if you find any question anywhere, in the Quran, outside the Quran, the Hadith, anything at all you've seen anywhere, inshallah, please do well and ask, inshallah. You can as well type your question, but I prefer you ask them. If you're asking about the meaning of a word, please say من فضلك ما معنى؟
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
من فضلك كيف نقول congratulations في العربية؟
هنيئا. نقول هنيئا لك، أو إذا كان رجل if it is a man نقول هنيئا لك congratulations to you. إذا كان بنت أو امرأة feminine ماذا نقول؟ نقول هنيئا لك. إذا كان جماعة plural نقول هنيئا لكم. وأيضا again نقول مبارك عليك. مبارك عليك. ربما تسمعون يقولون مبروك مبروك ألف مبروك. Maybe you hear that. You hear people say mabruk. Mabruk is wrong. It's a colloquial Arabic, but colloquial Arabic is allowed. It's not a sin, but some of them have bad meanings. A word like mabruk. You don't say mabruk, we say mubarakun alayka. So somebody graduates, you say mubarakun alayka if it's a man. Mubarakun alayki if it's a woman. If they are plural, a group of people you are congratulating, say mubarakun alaykum. So you either say hani an lakum or mubarakun alaykum. Both fit perfectly.
Okay, shukran.
Afwan.
Okay. أيضا كيف نقول good afternoon?
Okay, good afternoon. نقول مساء الخير. واحد. ممكن نقول. If I say ممكن نقول, it means we can say. ممكن نقول أو يمكننا أن نقول, we can say مساء الخير for the afternoon. وأيضا يمكن أن نقول نهارك سعيد. يعني you see a friend, you want to greet somebody, good afternoon, you can say naharuki sa'id. يعني happy daytime literally. ولكن ممكن أن نقول مساء الخير. Any PM is مساء. لذلك good afternoon يمكن نقول مساء الخير.
good evening بنفس مساء الخير.
أيوة good evening أيضا نفس مساء الخير.
شكرا.
عفوا. again شكرا على السؤال. في الليل كما قلت في المساء يمكننا أن نقول نهارك سعيد أو نهارك سعيد أو نهاركم إذا كان جماعة نهاركم سعيد. وأيضا نقول مساء الخير. Every PM from 12 PM downwards say مساء الخير. But نهارك سعيد, we don't say that when it enters evening. Then at 3 PM you can come and be saying نهارك سعيد. good evening نقول مساء الخير. وأيضا إذا كان الليل, if it is evening or night like this, we can say ليلك سعيد. It's literal. And happy night, literal. We can say one that is very beautiful, most eloquent. You say طاب مساؤك. طاب مساؤك أو طاب مساؤكم. If it's a lady, طاب مساؤك. The same one, we can use the same طاب for the nahar. طاب naharuki. So you enter upon your boss, you enter your boss's office in the afternoon. طاب نهارك يا سيدي. طاب نهارك يا سيدي. يعني طاب نهارك is a form of dua. May your afternoon be beautiful. You can use it for the night also. طاب ليلك. May your night be good or beautiful. I think I'm already preparing a lesson on greetings in particular. So inshallah, we would have all these covered, inshallah. هل من سؤال؟ هل من سؤال؟ وأيضا هناك شيء. There is something أريد أن أفعله. هناك شيء أريد أن أفعله معكن. There is something I want to do with you, and upon your permission, because it's not in the main structure, but it will aid all of us. There is this beautiful cartoons of Joha. Some of you might have seen it, that I subtitled some years ago. I was thinking every week we could put one out for all of us. Then the time we have through the week, we keep watching the video. And then inshallah, we digest the vocabularies, expression, whatever is said in the video. Now, it's cut again. I don't know what happened. Okay, so as I was saying, these videos are very clear, classical Arabic language. Yani اللغة العربية الفصيحة, classical Arabic language. So we give one out, it has subtitles. So you just keep listening to it, whether on your phone, your machine, keep listening, playing and listening. So what I want to do is that we build our listening in Arabic language, or basically in every language. There are some portions that you need to look at. There are some aspects that need a listening aspect. You can understand the language very well, read a book and understand. When somebody speaks, it moves faster than what you expect. So when you listen a lot, you seem to get some kind of, it has a way of just opening your system, your cognitive system, for you to just absorb them. So what I want to do is that we build on our listening abilities, and then also we build on our vocabularies through the videos. As we keep listening also, it imprints on our minds, so that when we want to speak, we speak that kind of language, inshallah. So with your permission, inshallah, I would put the video out on a day like this Sunday that we are done with the weekend. I'll put one out, then we will all work on that particular video. Make sure we hear every word in it, understand every word in it. Whatever that we couldn't hear well, we note them down, and inshallah we ask in the group even before the weekend class. Okay. If there is any question so far, before we take on the, I'm one person, I'm not interested in bulk lessons. See, I'm interested in questions. Petty, we learn a little, you ask questions. When you ask questions, we get variety of expressions. We open up. That is how Arabic is. It's not a bulk of the book that you've done. So you finish the book and you are proud. No, it's what you know, what you've kept in your head. So I prefer the questions so much, so much. Okay, in the absence of any question, inshallah, we could take this ad-dars al-khamis, inshallah. Okay, ad-dars al-khamis, lesson 5. I hope this thing is still recording. Okay. In lesson 5 is a hiwar. It's a what? A hiwar bayna Sa'id wa Yasir. حوار بين سعيد وياسر. A conversation between Sa'id and Yasir. Okay. يقول سعيد, Sa'id says, يقول سعيد أكتب قال أكتاب محمد هذا يا ياسر. أكتاب محمد هذا يا ياسر. Oh, Yasir, is this Muhammad's book? Is this Muhammad's book? Now, please, again, you are free to allow your microphone. Who can tell me the kind of sentence this is? Just the Kitabu Muhammadin. Which category of the sentences does it fall under? Just the Kitabu Muhammadin. If you remember. Just the Kitabu Muhammadin. Is somebody trying? Kitabu Muhammadin. First of all, what's the meaning? Muhammad's book, or the book of Muhammad. If you remember the category it falls under. Do we remember? Okay. So without taking much time, this falls under the Alaikum salam. Oh, mashallah. Possessive phrase. Mashallah. That is nice. Possessive phrase. That is the possessive phrase. The Arabic is what? Idafa.
Idafa.
Aywa. Idafa. Mashallah. Mashallah alaikum. So it says Akitabu Muhammadin, and in the Idafa, the mudaf mudafun ilayhi, which is the second noun. I said the first noun is called mudafun, and the second noun is called mudafun ilayhi. Now the mudafun ilayhi always ends in kasra. It is just like a noun that is preceded by a preposition. The noun preceded by a preposition ends in kasra. It's ismu majroor. The same way the mudaf ilayhi is also ism majroor. Now these are the rulings that we are piling up to read without vowels. So if I see kitab and I see Muhammad put together, I would automatically read kitabu Muhammadin with kasra under the Muhammad, because it's the mudaf ilayhi. Okay. Is this Muhammad's book? Oh, Yasir. Ya Yasir. Then Yasir says, La, no. Haza kitabu Hamidin. The kasra is there. Haza kitabu Hamidin. This is Hamid's book. So what is making me say this is Hamid's book? What is making me make the book for Hamid? Because they are in a possessive case. We have one noun, another noun, the second noun taking kasratain. And so in that case, the first noun is not having alif and lam. I said it that the mudaf should not take alif and lam, or never takes alif and lam. So you can check the material under the possessive phrase. You can see that the mudaf, the first noun, in all of them do not have alif and lam. Abdul Rahman, Abdullah, the ab does not come with alif and lam. Rasulullah, you never say ar-Rasulullah. We never say that. So that is why the expression Shaykhul Islam, we never say Ash-Shaykhu al-Islam, because it's a possessive phrase. Shaykhul Islam, Islam Shaykh, is a possessive phrase. So you have to say Shaykhul Islami. So you can't say Ash-Shaykhul Islam, it's wrong. Okay, so the mudaf does not take alif and lam. The mudaf ilay ends with kasra. Before we have the right to say this, because haza we know it, this, and then kitabu Muhammadin, Muhammad's book. Okay, this is Muhammad's book. Okay. Aina kitabu Muhammadin? Aina kitabu Muhammadin? Where is Muhammad's book? Now, what they are doing is that unconsciously, they are teaching us the topic al-idafa, but because it's beginner's level, he wouldn't make the topic al-idafa. When he makes it that way, it will be very complicated. So unconsciously, he gets your tongue used to reading it rightly before he comes to tell you there's a topic called al-idafa. Okay. So we have Aina Kitabu Muhammadin. Where is Muhammad's book? It says, Huwa ala al-maktabi هناك. It is on the table there. It is on the table there. So the ways of speaking Arabic again is that you know huwa, he or it. You know al maktab, on the table. So you might know, you want to say is on the table, but maybe the there is not coming. So you have there separately, you have huwa separately, you have al maktab separately. You have to know how to put them together to form your sentence. It's on the table there, so you translate it in your mind. Huwa al maktabi. There means hunak. So huwa al maktabi hunaka. And of course, huna is here. Huna, here. Hunaka, there. Okay. Aina daftaru ammarin. Aina daftaru ammarin. Where is Ammar's exercise book or notebook? Daftar is exercise book or notebook, writing book, books that you write in. Okay. Says Yasir, huwa ala al-maktab al-mudarris. Huwa ala maktab al-mudarris. Look at it. Huwa ala maktab al-mudarris. Now let's do this together. Of course, huwa is always huwa. Nothing determines its vowel. That is how it is. Ala is always ala. You don't need any grammar to read the two of them. So you read your huwa ala, but maktab, what will show you the vowel at its end here is of course this preposition. So the preposition is what is guiding us to read the maktab, the ending word. So huwa ala maktabi al-mudarrisi, because it is a possessive case. It is on the table of the teacher, or it is on the teacher's table. Okay. And then it says, Qalamu man haza ya Ali. Whose pen is this, O Ali? Qalamu man haza. Qalamu man haza. Whose pen is this? Ya Ali, O Ali. Yes, haza qalamu. هذا قلم المدرس. هذا قلم المدرس. This is the teacher's pen. أين حكيبة المدرس? أين حكيبة المدرس? Where is the bag of the teacher? حكيبة is bag. B-A-G. Says here تحت المكتب. Why are they using here when they use huwa here? Because Ammar is masculine. So he says huwa, daftar is masculine. So he says huwa ala maktab al-mudarris. The daftar is on the teacher's table. But when we come here, hakiba, the accent of hakiba, a bag, and that is feminine because it ends with ta marbut. So we say here, we can't say huwa. Here, tahta al-maktabi. It is under the table. Okay. So at the tamarin exercises, he says, Ajib anil as'ilat al-atiyah. Respond to the following questions. Aina kitabu Muhammadin? Aina kitabu Muhammadin? Aina kitabu Ammarin? Aina hakibatul mudarrisi? Aina hakibatul mudarrisi? Where is the bag of the teacher? All these we've seen them. He says, Adif al-kalimatu, Adif al-kalimat al-ula ila al-thaniya. You see the idafa we've been mentioned, that is it here. Adif, add. I said idafa literally means addition. So when you're forming the prepositional phrase, you add one noun to the other in a particular manner. Take off the alif and lam of the first one, make the first one indefinite. The second one can be definite or indefinite, but it should end in kasra. So what they are asking us to do is that we form a prepositional phrase with these words. So they try one for us here. They have kitab, Muhammad. So you see, when it stands alone, it is kitabun. Muhammad is Muhammadun. But when they form the prepositional phrase, kitabu does not take the tanween. So note that the mudaf does not take tanween. It does not take alif and lam. Please let's note that. We can easily go to Rasulullah. Nobody says Rasulun Allah. Nobody says Abdun Allah. It's Rasulullah, Abdullah, and they are all Allahi, Allahi. The end in Kasra. Okay. So you follow the same format. We have here Maktabun and Al-Mudarrisu. They form it and they make it Maktabu Al-Mudarris, the teacher's table. So you are going to use Qalamu Hamidin. Qalamun and Hamidun to form one. Let's see if there is any strange vocabulary that we can. Please look through with me if there is any strange vocabulary. For me, I think all the vocabularies here, we've seen them. Al-Muhandis is engineer. Engineer. Al-Tabib, we've seen Mufta. As-Sayyaratu Ka. Ka, C-A-R. Okay, after that, we've seen all these words here. So inshallah, it will be easier. Okay, so you just form a possessive phrase out of them, inshallah. And then we come to Iqra waktub ma'a dabti awakhir al-kalimat. So you read them and then you give the endings, the appropriate vowels. So like this, Babu al-mudarrisati, Himaru al-rajuli, Himaru al-rajuli, Baytu Hamidin, Sayyaratul mudiri. So like that throughout. Okay. And all the words, of course, we've seen them. They are all vocabularies that we have them by heart now. These are for Qira'ah, just reading. It says Ikra, read. We have Aina Baytul Mudarrisi. Where is the house of the teacher? It says Huwa Ba'idun. It is far. Huwa Ba'idun. It is far. Al-Qur'anu Kitabullahi. Al-Qur'anu Kitabullahi. Why am I reading Al-Qur'anu and not Al-Qur'ana or Al-Qur'ani? Because it is a noun starting a sentence. It should have Dhamma. It is the subject, or as I said, Mubtada. It is the Mubtada'un in the nominal sentence. It is the noun that is starting the sentence. So I should read it with Dhamma. Just like Alhamdu. Okay. Al-Qur'anu Kitabullahi. The Quran is the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-Ka'batu Baytullahi. Muhammadun sallallahu alayhi wa sallam Rasulullah. So it's just the idafa they want us to get used to. So you read all of them. I think all the vocabularies here too are very familiar. Yes, you can look through also if there is any vocabulary that you think you've not seen. Okay, Al-Madinatul Munawwara. When we say Munawwara, we mean illuminating, something that is glittering. Al-Madinatul Munawwara, the illuminated city or the illuminating city. Okay. Apart from that, the rest are this. When we say Ammu, we mean uncle. Ammu, we mean uncle. And we mean paternal uncle. Paternal uncle. That is your father's brother. He's your Okay. We will come to learn about the family structure, inshallah. Babul Masjidi Maftuhun. The door of the masjid is opened. Wababul Madrasati Muglaqun. The door of the masjid is opened and the door of the school is closed. Muglaqun. Closed. So when you say Al-Babu Muglaqun, Al-Babu Muglaqun, the door is closed. Khali, it says Khalu Hamidin Faqirun. So here it says Ammu Talibi Ghaniyun. The uncle, the paternal uncle of the student is rich. Ammu Talibi Ghaniyun. The paternal uncle of the student is rich. And then the number 17 here, It says خال حامد فقير. The maternal uncle of Hamid is poor. Khal, your mother's brother is your khal. So khalu Hamidin faqirun. Hamid's maternal uncle is poor. Sayyaratu Abbasin fi shari'. Abbas's car is in the street. Ashara is the street. S-T-R-E-E-T-S, Ashara. Sayyaratu Abbasin fi shari'. Abbas's car is in the street. Okay. All these are familiar. Kawin jumalan mufidan. Mufidatan. This, let me say al-jumlatul mufidatu. You remember that in the lesson 2 notes. When we say al-jumlatu al-mufidatu, we mean a complete sentence. The word kawin, form complete sentences. Bimal il-farag, by filling the spaces. Fima yali, in the following. Form complete sentences or meaningful sentences by filling the empty spaces in the following. So here, al-bayti, you see he's already brought the kasra to show you that you are bringing what here, a mudaf. And the rulings of a mudaf is that it does not take alif and lam, it does not take tanween. So you should note that. It's supposed to be a noun. So words like solving the first one, I can say babul bayti muglaqun, the door of the house is closed. Okay, so you just add Muhammadun Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So you say Muhammadun Rasulu Allahi. Al-Qur'anu Kitabullahi. Ana Talibul Mudarrisi. Can put it like that. Ana talibul mudarris, I'm the student of the teacher. Okay, so we can go on like that and fill the empty spaces, inshallah. And then we have sahih. Sahih bimana correct. Sahih. At-tarkibat, when you see at-tarkibat, is the same as sentences or constructions. It says correct the following constructions. Aywa, let me take this off and let's understand our qawaid finally. It says al-qalamu at-talibi here. Look at the kasra there, the kasra down here. It shows you that these two are supposed to form a prepositional, they're supposed to form a possessive case. That is why the second noun, which is the mudaf ilay, is taking the kasra. But the problem we are having here is that why is mudaf having alif and lam? So they are telling us to correct this, the constructions. So if I'm to correct this, I will take off the alif and lam, and then it becomes qalamu talibi, the pen of the student or the student's pen. So that is what you are expected to do. And please do this particular assignment. It shows our understanding of the qawaid. Bintu Hamidun. What did we say about the second noun in a prepositional possessive phrase? It should end in kasra. Why is it ending in dhamma? So it means that we need to say Bintu Hamidin. So please look at the rest or just look at all of them. They all have a flaw. If you remember, if you've noted the laws I've mentioned about a possessive case, you realize that they are all breaking a part of the law. Why is, I said mudaf does not take tanween. Why is ibnu taking tanween? We don't have ibnun. Ibnun somebody. No. You say ibnu somebody. So look at them and correct them, inshallah. Okay. And then here he just Muhammadun, ya Muhammad, Ustaz, ya Ustaz, just getting us used to how to use the harfunida, the tool for calling people. Okay. Please, the rest are familiar. اقرأ واكتب مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات. I think they are very familiar words. Inshallah, we wouldn't waste much time there. Let me see. Okay. So here also it says Ikra al-mithal. Al-mithal is example. Ikra al-mithal al-ati. Read the following example. Thumma. Read the following example. ثم كون أسئلة مثله مشيرا إلى الصور التالية. Please not to give you an incomplete or unripe explanation now, since our time is almost up. Inshallah, we will leave this space and look at it from here, inshallah, in our next lesson. Please, our time is just up, but then if you have a question, inshallah, please just let's quickly look at it before we pray and close, inshallah. Please, if you have a question, do not hesitate. Of course, the group is there for asking questions, but then if you do it this way, you hear me pronounce it, inshallah. Within like 2-3 minutes, then we close. هل من سؤال؟ هل هناك سؤال؟ اوكي، إذن نعم.
من فضلك مامانا let me just go to English. For a sentence like min aina anta,
أيوة.
can you equally say aina min anta?
No,
Or it's wrong? Is it
yeah,
wrong?
You can say what is here is min aina anta, right? So we can say
Yes.
anta min aina.
Okay.
Anta, you, min aina, from where? You are from where?
Okay.
Okay, you can.
But you can't say aina min anta.
No, you can't put it that way.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. كيف نقول save journey? Okay. save journey نقول رحلة سعيدة أو نقول بالتوفيق. You see the expression بالتوفيق solves everything. بالتوفيق is a dua for everything. If somebody is going to write an exam, if somebody goes to for any competition, somebody is traveling, somebody is riding, as you've said, safe ride, safe journey. Say بالتوفيق is just perfect for every situation. But somebody is taking a ride, more beautifully, you can say fi amanillah. More beautifully, safe journey, safe ride. You see, in Arabia, we say rihla sa'ida, somebody traveling. But I don't find that to be proper, because in Arabic, all the greetings, all stuff like that is supposed to be a prayer. You see, so we say bitawfiq, ahsan, or fi amanillah, for somebody traveling, may you be under the security of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or even ma'as salama is better. But the rihla sa'ida is the popular thing on everybody's tongue, rihla sa'ida. But okay, it's also kind of a prayer, kind of wishing you a happy journey. It's also good. But I think the fi amanillah sounds more of safety. Fi amanillah, be under the security of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أو مع السلامة أو بالتوفيق. Okay. I hope that was understood. Okay. هل من سؤال؟ اوكي، اذا اعتقد اننا اعتقد I believe اننا that we قد فهمنا الدرس. اذا اعتقد اننا قد فهمنا الدرس. Then I believe that we've understood the lesson. We have the whole of the week. I have so much attention for my WhatsApp. So you can always ask your question. Most preferably, the question should be in the group, unless when the question is personal. In the group, when you put the question there, if I attend to it, or the others also benefit from the question and the answer, inshallah. So إذن أعتقد أننا قد فهمنا الدرس، وإن شاء الله ننتهي درس اليوم هنا، وأستودعكم الله وأدعو لكم أسبوع سعيد إن شاء الله. Till we meet again, have a very good Arabic time. Please do all to revise your lesson. Do all to be searching for questions. Just be mischievous in that regard. Feel free to be mischievous in that regard. Just find questions just to worry Ustaz, inshallah. And then we look at them, inshallah, next when we meet. Inshallah. Allahumma allimna ma yanfa'una wa anfa'na bima 'allamtana wa zidna ilman. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
عليكم السلام. في أمان الله.
في أمان الله. مع السلامة.